Yo, what's going on, man? Today is May the 18th, 2023. It's your boy Chris. This is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. Live on Twitter right now. I'm also live on YouTube as well. Do me a favor as you guys join, hit the like button for me. If you've never been on the show before, you've never been a part of the show, maybe somebody just kind of sent you an invite. Typically we just handicap the NBA games, whatever games there are. Been doing this show for damn near every day for the last 2 years, starting December 2021. So hit the like button for me if you guys can support the show. Also, if you're new to Twitter, definitely check me out on YouTube. If you're new to YouTube, definitely check me out on Twitter. ChrisBeCappinn, two P's, two N's on both. And yeah, let's just kind of jump right into it, man. NBA has been treating us really, really nicely. Shout out to all my straight bettors. Shout out to all my parlay guys as well. I know some parlays been coming through as well. But I typically like to, play straight bets and, just kind of double my money, taking the minus 105, minus 110 line myself. So minus 110 line myself. So let's jump into it, man. We only got one game on the slate today. It will be my Los Angeles Lakers, who are still in Denver trying to knock off the Denver Nuggets and tie the series up at 1-1. So um let's see. Real quick recap. I always like to do a recap. Forgot to do that, getting ahead of myself. 3-0 last night. Miami plus the 8.5 cash. Should have probably put some on the money line. Miami team total cash in the third quarter. And then the over for the full game, 211. If you got the 212, if you got the open number at 207, all of those cash. Every single one of those cash. So nice little 13-0 run. I was 10-0 up until yesterday, 13-0 now. And hopefully we can kind of keep that going, man. Hopefully we can kind of keep that going. If you guys are interested in joining my YouTube membership, it's $5.99 a month. Pretty sure all my members will tell you we doing pretty well for ourselves right now, man. So hopefully we can just kind of keep it going, not forcing plays, staying disciplined with our unit size, not overindulging in plays in general. So hopefully we can kind of keep it going, man. Really good principles, really good practices, really leads to, discipline. They always say if you discipline yourself, you don't got to worry about nobody else disciplining you. And something I kind of try to live by, even with playing sports betting as well. So like I said, really good to kind of hopefully we can kind of keep it going today, but always trying to keep trying to look forward to what's coming next. And what we got next is, like I said, my Lakers in Denver taking on the Nuggets. 5.5-point dogs is what I see them at right now on most sports books. This line actually opened at 6 at most places. DraftKings had a 6.5. I couldn't get it in quick enough. It changed immediately down to 6, and that's what I kind of took the Lakers at not yesterday. As soon as game one ended, and I'll kind of get into my reasons of why. The total in this one opened at 223.5, was quickly bet up to 226.5. The money kind of came in on the over throughout all day yesterday, and then you see some of the buyback actually coming in now. And the total had actually reached 227.5 on a couple books, and now you see some buyback coming in, so it's down to 226. 226.5 is a couple. I don't think there's any 227s left, but you can get a 227 at like a minus 120 if you're willing to delay the juice. But I do have a plan of total that I give out that I sent to my YouTube membership, and I'll talk about here in a quick second. But as far as the game, man, it's a lot that I want to discuss, and I'm gonna try to keep my analysis quick so the show isn't too long. But it's a lot that I kind of want to talk about within this game. So first off, I think game one, just looking at game one from an X's and O's perspective, from a projection perspective, nobody expected the game to be that high scoring. Nobody expected defense to lack that bad. Denver hadn't played a defensive game that bad in the postseason. The Lakers also hadn't played a game that bad that defensively in the postseason. Both teams were just really, really, really efficient on the offensive end, even though they played at a pretty slow pace. So let me get to my notes. First thing I want to talk about is the start of the game. So you see the Nuggets come out just a lot hungrier, a lot crisper, a lot more energetic than the Lakers were, and their offense looked like a well-oiled machine, which is typically what it looks like when they're at home. It's a reason why this team's undefeated at home in the playoffs, and why they were the second best home team in the regular season behind the Memphis Grizzlies. They led by as many as 21 points in that first half. And I tweeted it out, at halftime. The Lakers, really just didn't show up. You hear Bron talk about it in the post-game interview. They didn't show up to the arena until about halftime. The Denver kind of dominated them on the offensive glass. Jokic had more rebounds than the Lakers did at one point. I remember there being a point where the Lakers were getting out rebounded offensively, getting out rebounded 13-3, and then defensively 13 to 23. So getting out rebounded by 20 rebounds in the first half, and that a lot of it is just effort. Also, the one thing that's kind of plagued the Lakers throughout the entirety of the season is their ability to be able to get back in transition. And if they see D'Angelo Russell out there, or honestly, if they see anybody out there that's not named Anthony Davis, they just go into the rim. It doesn't matter if it's Michael Porter Jr., if it's Jamal Murray, if it's Bruce Brown, if it's KCP. Everybody is going right at the rim, trying to put the pressure on the Lakers' other defenders, not named Anthony Davis, to be able to cut them off. But they're really trying to score in the paint as much as possible. The Nuggets also run a really good offense. It's a lot of backdoor cuts. It's a lot of movement on the offensive end, whether they're using dribble handoffs, which is probably the hardest play to stop in the NBA specifically for the Nuggets, or they're setting flare screens or pin downs. Like, they just do a lot on the offensive end to get their guys really, really high percentage shots. And I think even though they shot so well from the field, I think they shot, over 55% from the field, which is not typical of the Los Angeles Lakers defense. They made really tough shots. So I do expect some regression from them being able to shoot the ball as efficiently as they did in the last game. The Lakers also shot the ball really efficiently, and I don't think that they're going to shoot the ball that efficiently next in this game tonight either. I think that both teams will make some adjustments on the defensive end, and we'll see a much more competitive game early in this one. I don't anticipate the Lakers getting punched in the mouth the way that they did in the first half of game one. They gave up 72 points in the first half, and then you see the Nuggets give up 72 points in the second half. So game flies over the total. The Lakers go down by 21. They fight and claw their way back. They get it to 3, and then LeBron pulls up with 40 seconds left. Kind of baited them into the three-point attempt. He took the bait, shot it, missed it. The game pretty much over with Jokic making some free throws to go up by 5. And then, of course, they win the game by 6. So as far as the side, I do think that, the Lakers will come back out and they'll play a little bit more harder, right? And when I say harder, it's just a little bit more effort, right? Jokic, hopefully, I don't project that he'll have 10 rebounds in the first quarter. And if he does, they won't be all offensive rebounds, right? I don't think I think the Lakers will sprint back in transition to keep the Nuggets out of the paint. And the difference between this game number 2 for the Lakers, the thing that separates this game from the other game number 2s is that they had a 1-0 lead. So I do expect some adjustments from Coach Ham. I think we'll see a lineup change. If D'Lo is playing terrible, he will, be pulled out of the game. I don't anticipate him being in for a large majority of the game, just because the Nuggets have so much size. When you think about Jokic and Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr., you're talking about, 3 guys that are not 7. All of them are 7 foot, but they're really, really close to 7 foot. Jamal Murray is also a pretty big point guard, and KCP has a lot of length and athleticism, and D'Angelo Russell has none of that. He literally can shoot and play make, and if he's not doing that, which he wasn't in the last game, he may be sitting, on that pond next to Ham tonight. So we'll see how it goes. If he's, hitting offensively, I do think there's an avenue for the Lakers. It helps the Lakers, but if he's not, I see him coming out. The Lakers playing with a bigger lineup. Rui Hachimura is rumored to start this game. Coach Ham probably won't release that information until he absolutely has to, which is 30 minutes before tip. So we'll see how it goes. I do think Dennis Schroeder is a better matchup in this series. We hit on this over 1.5 threes in game 1. If you took it, unofficial play for me. But he did, he was out there. He did knock down a couple threes. So that's how I kind of, just kind of see the game going. Like I said, both teams shot really, really well offensively. Offensive rating of 138. 0.8, which was Denver, and they had an effective field goal percentage of 63.2. These numbers are like off the chain. They also had an offensive rebound percentage of 37.5. So that's lack of effort from my estimation. And I think the Lakers kind of keep this one closer today. I don't think that they get smoked. I did take the +6 and gave it out to the membership immediately when the game, ended. So I think the adjustment, with Rui Hachimura in to kind of, I don't think that he can slow down Jokic at all, right? I just like the addition of Anthony Davis being able to kind of roam. I know that Mike Malone saw the tape. I know that they're going to try to, do something differently with that, because it allowed the Lakers to come back, and cut that lead. And they just also hit a lot of shots in the second half. but I do think that we'll probably see that lineup a little bit more. Also using Jared Vanderbilt, because if I'm pretty sure he think the same thing I'm thinking. If you can't stop Jokic with Anthony Davis on him, you might as well put somebody else on him and let Anthony Davis at least be able to alter some shots and guard somebody like Aaron Gordon. So we'll see how it goes, but that's how I kind of anticipate the game going. As far as the total, I did play the under, kind of kicking myself that I didn't get the 227.5 because it was widely available yesterday, but I did play the under 226.5. That number I saw only available at DraftKings for -110 odds. So I did play the under 226, and this one's pretty simple. From a coaching perspective, the Lakers have been able to make defensive adjustments, and it was a tweet that I saw from Dave McMenamin, I think is how you pronounce his name, that I wanted to share. I meant to post this when we first started, so let me find that real quick. Let's see, because I thought this was pretty symbolic of, how the Lakers are going to approach this game tonight. So I'm gonna put this up top so you guys can see it. Pin it on Twitter. And the tweet says that the Nuggets at home this postseason, 7-0, average margin of victory. They're winning the games by 13 points. The Lakers coming off a loss this postseason, 4-0, average margin of victory, 25.3 points. So something has got to give in game 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight, and I absolutely agree. I think you see, just a locked-in Laker defense trying to avoid the going down 0-2. They have been the best defensive team in the playoffs. The Nuggets aren't too far behind them as well. And I just like what I'm hearing from both sides. Coach Ham, I think, will make the adjustments on the defensive end to slow down the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets just don't shoot the ball as well either. They shot the ball at an unbelievable rate, both them and the Lakers in game number 1. You listen to Coach Mike Malone after the game. He says that their defense has to be a hell of a lot better. He said that the Lakers didn't feel them in the second half and that they scored way too easily. He also said that he didn't want his team to try to get into a shootout and try to outlast other teams, right? He said that the Lakers shot 66% in the second half and scored 72 points, and that was just not going to be able to get it done. So you look at the Lakers' offensive rating. It's a 110.3 in 7 road games in the playoffs so far. And they're playing at a pace at about 99.79, which is a little bit slower than they play at home, which that pace goes up over 100. You look at Denver as well. They play their better defense at home. Defensive rating of 107.5 in 7 home games, and they're playing at a pace of 95.7. So that 95.7 pace is actually the 5th slowest of the 16 teams that actually played in any kind of playoff game so far this postseason. Game 1, ironically enough, had a pace of only 95.1, but it had significant offensive efficiency, which I kind of talked about, with both teams shooting above 132 as an offensive rating. You look at Denver's defensive rating, it gets better from game 1 to game 2. In the 3 game 1s that they've had, they've allowed about 104 points per game, and they've held their opponent to 39% shooting, 35% from 3. In comparison to game 2s, Denver is allowing just 100 points per game in 2 game 2s. So that tells me that Coach Mike Malone isn't complacent. He sees what he needs to change on the defensive end, and they do just that. They're allowing teams to shoot 39% from the field in game 2s and 32% from 3. I talked about the Lakers, right? Defense after a playoff loss has been really, really good with Coach Ham making adjustments and kind of limiting their opponents. They're 3-1 to the under. Each team has stayed under their team total in those 4 games, coming off a loss, and they're holding opponents to 34% shooting, 30% from the 3-point line. They held Memphis to 101 and 85 after both losses in the first round, and they held Golden State to 97 and 101 in round 2 as well after coming off those losses. So in those 4 games, they're only allowing about 96 points per game. In Denver, they shot 55% from the field, 47% from the 3-point line, had 19 fast break points and 18 second chance points. I think all of those numbers come down just a tad bit today. So I do like the under 226.5. I played it for a unit. I also played the Lakers +6. Moving along, I want to talk about a couple player props and just kind of how I see the game being dictated. Then I think you can kind of look at player props. I think it's easier for me in that way. Then I'll get up, a couple guests and we'll get out of here. So player props. I couldn't talk anybody off. I know the number's probably going to drop a little bit now with Rui Hachimura, not officially being confirmed as in, but I think that throws off the minutes for D'Angelo Russell. His number also already went down. This dude was the worst plus minus on the floor. He was a minus 15. He had an offensive rating of a 78, which was the worst on the floor. He also had a defensive rating of a plus of 147, which was also the worst of both teams, right? Not just the Lakers. And on either side of the floor, he was just that bad. You see him after the game, he, out there getting shots up. He should have been doing some defensive slides, but neither here nor there. If he's hitting shots, he's going to, get his chance. I don't know if they're going to completely yank him out of the rotation. I don't see it happening that way. But Bruce Brown kind of questioned his manhood on the defensive end. If anybody heard the post game interviews, and really was like, if we see him on the floor, we just trying to attack him because we already know what time it is. He got slow feet. Pretty much just called it like it is. So I think, looking at D-Lo unders is absolutely in play today. But what I'm looking at specifically, based on how I think the adjustment is going to be made, I like Bron today. I like Bron assists specifically. When I looked at it earlier, it was 6.5, number up from 5.5 in the last game. Minus 120 was available on BetMGM, Bet365, and DraftKings. Bron, of course, finished game 1 with 9 assists. He had 15 potential. And you just see him hunting, right? He hunting out the matchups. And last game, it was a lot of Jamal Murray. I think the Lakers knew he had the ear infection and thought it would be affecting him a little bit. LeBron scored 12 of his 26 points on 5 for 7 shooting from the field against Murray as the primary defender, according to NBA matchup data. He has 5 inches of height over him, 35 pounds over him, and it was actually pretty easy. LeBron actually drew 2 fouls on Jamal Murray too, right? So I think, you have to think that Mike Malone starts to send some doubles at Bron to kind of slow him down, make Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, D'Lo, Rui Hachimura, make those guys outside jump shooters instead of letting LeBron continue to kind of get to the well and finish, and the potential for getting Jamal Murray in foul trouble. So I think that's the adjustment that we see. I don't think it's going to be as easy. I think they're going to make – LeBron's a willing passer. He's going to make the right play, right? And it's going to be up to those other guys to make shots. So I actually like Bron assists up to 10. When I looked at it earlier, 10 assists for Bron was plus 500 on, I want to say, Bet365, but it was also plus 490 on DraftKings, plus 490 on FanDuel. So that's the way I'm looking today. I think Bron continues to be extremely assertive and aggressive. He had a usage rate of 28, which is the highest that he's had in the last 3 games. And it's actually one of the highest usage rates that he's had so far in this postseason. He has usage rates of 31, 31.6, 29, and 28. So I think LeBron continues to be aggressive, understanding that they don't have a perimeter. They don't have a defender that can guard LeBron outside of Aaron Gordon, right? Any other matchup that he gets on the floor is going to be a matchup that is advantageous for him, right? So that's how I feel about Bron and his assists. I also think that Austin Reeves threes are absolutely in play, because if you watch the adjustment that was made, this for the basketball heads, like, you got to be really paying attention and going back and watching the game. But what they tried to do to combat LeBron, attacking the pick and roll with Jamal Murray and getting downhill immediately, was they start hedging it with Aaron Gordon. And then that's when Bron was kicking back in the fourth quarter to Austin Reeves. And Austin Reeves actually started making 3-pointers because he couldn't hit one in the first half. He had a couple threes, which kind of sparked the Lakers on the comeback trail. So I couldn't talk anybody off, potentially putting Bron 8 assists with maybe, Austin Reeves 3 threes. And you'll just, you can call that the pick on Murray, or nobody can guard LeBron. He going to make the right play, little parlay, right? So Bron 8 assists, Austin Reeves 3 threes. You figure out who threes you want to take. I think Austin Reeves, I think he's shooting 43%, best 3-point shooter for the Lakers. So I couldn't talk anybody off of, just putting those guys together, in a parlay. I know Ben talked about this yesterday. Anthony Davis points absolutely got to be in play. I rewatched the game. Jokic does not want to get in any type of foul trouble, as I kind of anticipated. I kind of felt like an idiot for not taking Anthony Davis points in game 1. I always talk about it being a fill-out game. Anthony Davis 8. I do know there's a correlation. Anthony Davis has a bad game, he has a good game. But it's typically because he has a good game and the Lakers win, and then he can kind of take his foot off the gas. I think he has to be extremely assertive on the offensive end tonight. Got to put the pressure. The Lakers are not the greatest offensive team in the half court. So if they're not getting out in transition, you got to get the ball to AD so that he can feast. And I do think that he goes over his points, even though I like the full game total to go under. So that's how I feel about Anthony Davis points. I think that he is the best offensive player on the floor outside of Jokic, of course. He has to be assertive and aggressive tonight to potentially get Anthony Davis in foul trouble. Get Jokic in foul trouble and, just be the other better offensive player. We have been talking about this all season. Denver is vulnerable in the paint when it comes to, their defense, right? They have pretty good primary defenders on ball. But when it comes to in the paint, Jokic can't get in foul trouble, and they don't really have anybody else that's going to protect the paint. So that's how I feel about Anthony Davis points, about Bron threes. About Bron assists. And, if you wanted to play under on D-Lo. I didn't play any of those specifically, but those are kind of how I feel about the Lakers and the props, the side, the total. So that's what I got. Official plays for me. I did take Lakers +6, gave that out on Tuesday night after game 1 ended. And then I also hopped on the under about 45 minutes ago, hopped on the under 226.5. Number is available at DraftKings if you guys have access to it or wherever you guys are playing that as well. So 2 plays for me. Real quick before, if you guys got plays, shoot me a request. I'm gonna try to get up, definitely get up a few guys, as I always do. But I want to go through the comment section. I want to shout out Big Dog. I want to shout out Raymond King as well. Appreciate you guys for joining the membership, hitting that button. Hopefully we can keep cashing. Hopefully we can keep on cashing. But definitely appreciate you guys signing up. Cap Zach says, wish everyone the best of luck on your bets. Don't forget to hit the like button. Absolutely appreciate you reminding the people to do that. What's up to my guy, Stefan? Zoned Up said 5 people in here, 5 likes. I like it. Zoned Up said he's like the Nuggets trifecta. We definitely not aligned there, but we'll see how it goes. We'll definitely see how it goes. It makes sense. The Nuggets have been undefeated at home. They winning by margin, so I couldn't talk anybody off taking the Nuggets. I'm just taking the Lakers to bounce back a little bit in this one. Let's see. What else? Jay the Noob said he's looking at D-Lo assists and points plus assists. Why they got his assists so low at 4.5? It's because because he's not point. I think Bron just has the ball in his hands a lot more throughout this series and let Bron kind of play making and dictate. I would actually lean towards D-Lo under 4.5 assists as well. It's a number that he continues to go under on. I don't think he's had 5 assists maybe since like the beginning of the Golden State series. So if I'm playing D-Lo assists, I'm playing the under as well. Hey David, don't even call my man out, man. Don't even call my man out. If John in here, I hope you cashing, John. John, you could be anywhere in the world, man, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that if you are here. Let's see. David says, by the membership, hit the like button. Sean says, good afternoon. What's up to my guy, Sean? Anthony in here. Appreciate you. Brian says, can you give a shout out to Arizona? Tao, we listened to you and running picks. Yeah, Arizona always showed me a lot of love. When I was selling a lot of t-shirts last year, Arizona was looking out. I sent a lot of shirts to Arizona, more than I thought. I didn't know y'all was even sports gambling out there. So yeah, shout out to Arizona, man. Phoenix, D-Book, Chris Paul, his injured hamstring, all that. All right, what else? Scotty says great calls last night. Troy says trend of the day, home favorites of less than 6 points who won game 1 after the second round. Only 3-7 straight up, 1-9 against the spread in game 2s. Wow, Troy. Okay, I know you had a trend yesterday that didn't go your way, but I like that one because it goes my way. Hopefully that can come into play. I'm definitely going to fact check you on that, but I appreciate you dropping that in the chat. Says Heat game was a blessing last night. Spo with Santa. Absolutely. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra. I need an Eric Spoelstra jersey. Y'all know where y'all can get one of those at? If you find an Eric Spoelstra jersey, let me know. I need a Spoelstra jersey. Let's see. What else? Chad says Tony Brothers is the Heat ref tonight, and he hasn't been very friendly over the years with Joker and the Nuggets. I don't want to fade the Nuggets, but I think the Lakers have a good chance of covering and winning. Yeah, those are good numbers. I have the numbers. Shout out to my guy Ronald. He always drops them in the chat. But yeah, it's kind of a split with Tony Brothers and the other 2 referees that are reffing the game tonight as well. So I didn't really look too much into it. I don't try to pay too much attention to who's reffing the games. I don't take that. Like, that's not a big ingredient in the way that I cap the games. It's something that I look at, but it's not going to really talk me off of my play too much. It may weaken it a little bit, but I'm typically riding with what I'm riding with, not really checking out the refs. But I do think it's important information. And, some people use it in their capping a little bit more than I do. What up to S-Dot? What up to Snag? JR says, sorry for the term buyback is unfamiliar for me. Could you explain what that means? So buyback just means, JR, that the sharp sports bettors, like people who do this professionally, they will see a number that they'll bet a number that's too low, and then they'll come back and put a little bit. They're making multiple bets on a number that they think is too high as well. So this number opened at 223.5. They thought that number was too low, so they might have bet it up, just seeing how many points the game went up in the first one. But then they may come back and buy some of the points back down if it goes 4 points, which this total did swing 4 points. Opened at 223.5, went all the way up to 227.5. So now you get some buy back because they think the total will finish in between. So they think that they could win both bets. It's actually a pretty sound strategy. It has to be if you're a professional gambler, and it's been working. So that's what the term buyback means. You're just trying to hit that happy median. Coop says might have to start live betting player props since FanDuel stepped up on the live betting. Hit Strus 3+3s last night at +500. He had 5 points at halftime yesterday. I like it. Coop says he liked the Lakers to cover +5.5, but a little concerned that Darvin Ham showed his rule adjustment card too early in the fourth, and the Nuggets were aware and could counter, but should be a close game. I don't think the Lakers showed everything, but I think that's a fair point, Coop. I do think it's a fair point. Let's see. 3 times since everybody hit the like button. Says kind of want to play D-Lo under PRA. If I play it, that's what I would look at as well. If D-Lo does anything tonight as far as impacting the game, I think it'll be scoring. I don't think it'll be too much else. Would wonder if Ham starts Vandy or over D-Lo. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. All right, cool, man. Y'all, I'm trying to get through the chat. I can't. There's so many comments in here. I really can't get through all of them, but I appreciate everybody. Tariq, Javi, Shadow, Stefan, Rio, everybody in here dropping plays. AD under 2.5 assists. Cooper Taylor says he likes that. Jokic can't guard AD at all. Frisco says that. Alfonso says which AD shows up tonight. A lot of great comments in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. What up, Fremons? Jeffrey in here. Troy. Definitely drop your looks as well. I know you got some sharp prop looks. Definitely let us know what you're on today as well. Appreciate you, Shannon, Scotty. I got to get to the chat, man. I got to get to my guys. The show can't be but so long. 200 people watching on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button for me as well. I will post my plays at the bottom if you join late, but I'll go ahead and say them again right now. Lakers +6 is what I gave out on Tuesday night. And then I also just took maybe an hour ago, took the Lakers in Denver to go under 226.5. So also really like LeBron assists, 7.5. Love that number for him. Also really like Anthony Davis go over his points prop as well. So let me get to the chat, man. Let's get Stefan up. Let's get Ben up. Let's get Cam up. Let's get Great White up. And let's get to it, man. Cam, you're going to be up first because I see you connected first. What's going on, Cam? How you doing today?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. Good. Yeah. So I'm only on I'm on 2 plays. I mean, one's your play. So I got the Lakers +6.5. So I got lucky there. I took it as soon as you dropped it in the chat.
Nice. Okay.
And the members, there's a Canadian book that normally has good odds, and I was just bam, 6.5.
Nice. I like it.
So I felt good about that. Honestly, I think they win the game. I do think it'll be a close game. The last game kind of called how it was going to go. Lakers did the thing they do. They kind of took it easy a bit, didn't take Denver serious enough at the start, and then they clamped down. At the end of the day, Denver can't shoot obviously they can, but hit the efficiency that they were shooting out was just insane. Those numbers they're historical numbers, so you're not really going to see that game over game. So I think tonight's a close game regardless. So yeah, 6.5. I really like that play. And then just back to the wall with the AD stocks, over 3.5. Honestly, I kind of wish I could ladder it in my book, but I can't. I think the switch with Rui, and you're right, all the actions were basically at AD, which just didn't really work. It's in my opinion, he's very smart. He's very good at not getting into defense, getting into foul trouble. And I think we're going to see the same thing. One of his steals was lucky. Basically, they just threw the ball. He caught it. He was in the right place, right time. And I think that's kind of the whole point of the whole stocks play. So that's another play. That's -125. Basically everywhere still. I don't know if it's gone up, but last I checked, it was. And then I actually have a parlay I'm going to give out, which I don't normally. But I really like this one. It was kind of fueled by your commentary rant after you shut the show down last time. I was on YouTube, so I got to listen to a lot of the posts. So I'm actually on. So it's Austin Reeves over 3.5 assists, which has hit 9 of 13 through the playoffs in the last 4. Basically, like I agree with everything you said. I think D'Lo has a very short leash, and a lot of the actions go through Reeves regardless, right? So a lot of the actions were with him either driving, kicking, finding Reeves. Like there's a lot of action just through Reeves. I also took LeBron James over 5.5 assists, just because I think he's going to be the de facto point guard now. I just believe, kind of like, so anybody who watched last night and you're on Gabe Vincent's assist, it was frustrating watching the fourth quarter because you just knew Jimmy Butler was going to touch the ball every single time. Like, if you watch that fourth quarter, Jimmy Butler initiated every single play in the fourth quarter. It was crazy. I love watching it, but like that's the same thing I think we're going to see with LeBron tonight. I think this is one of those things where he's not going to give the ball up, which means he's going to have a lot of assist opportunities. So I actually like the up to 10 too, but I took it in this parlay over 5.5, and then Rui over 9.5 points. Again, if he starts, which I believe he might, even if he doesn't start, I think he's going to get a lot of minutes. And for me, it's just about if he gets around 30, 25 minutes, over 9.5 points is a really achievable number for him. And then Joko over 11.5 rebounds. And that comes up to plus 352. So essentially, it's basically taken a lot of depressed lines, where I feel are just highly achievable numbers for these guys. That like LeBron hasn't been going over that assist line a lot, but that's the exception. Rui, when he gets the minutes, over 9.5 points is always nice. And then Joko over 11.5 rebounds because, well, I think he's going to average like 14, 15 boards this series. Watching him and AG, it basically felt like you're watching two gladiators down there at all times. Basically, everybody got out of the way and let those two go after boards. So, yeah, that's the lay I gave us. So 4-leg lay, and it's plus 352, and it's just those 3 plays.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. That Kim, I could not talk you. I think I might get there with AD over the 3.5 steals plus blocks as well, because I don't anticipate him being on guarding Jokic a lot. And I do think that he'll, they're going to try to put him in some actions, right? Like they're going to try to make sure that he can't just camp out and, affect shots at the rim. But we'll see how it goes. I know Mike Malone's a lot smarter than me. He's a lot smarter than a lot of us in this space. And they're not going to, like let AD just kind of camp out. But it's going to be interesting to see if he can still get to that number. And I do kind of anticipate that he will, given that he'll play with a lot more, effort in this game. So I like the looks.
The thing is, Chris, I also like it if he was on Joker, just because of the type of player Joker is, right? He's not super athletic. He is more about touch, and he relies a lot on being crafty. That gives AD a lone opportunity to get to the shot, right? Whenever I watch AD against other bigs, it's just he's so much better than basically every big with his footwork and his ability to rise up. He's a quick jumper. So somebody like Joker, I feel like he gets almost 1 or 2 blocks just by default because Joker just won't be able to get past him if he's a man on. So that's another reason I actually do love the play, because if he does end up having to go one-on-one with Joker, I'm not too worried about him getting duped into the fakes and the foul trouble. I feel pretty confident that he can get to a few of those, trying to go up and under, and then AD just kind of has to like do his little hot pat, just quick right back to him. I suspect he'll get at least a block like that. But either way, that's why I really like the play, because I think there's so many ways that AD gets there that it's hard to see him not reaching even do it in 4 blocks. But yeah, I go stocks because it's safer.
Yeah. And desperation time, I think, is a little bit better time also to kind of hit on some of these defensive props. Probably AD rebounds as well. I'm not sure if anybody gonna mention that, but I like the looks, Cam. I like the looks a lot. Let's keep going. Ben, you up next, and then Great White, and then I'm gonna kick it to Stephen and Dream. What's up, Ben? I don't think you connected, Ben.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. What's up? How you doing? Yeah, you good?
You got me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I got you. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm gonna try to talk you off 80 rebounds.
Okay.
I actually almost bet his under. 6 of 6 playoff games under the 12.5 rebounds against Jokic. Not saying he won't hit it tonight. Just that would not be the look that I'm looking at. I'm all over his points. You know, I like it even more now that he's probably going to be playing off of AD, so he has to use less effort defensively, most likely at least. You know, I talked yesterday about his threes. I actually did put a small bet in on his 2 threes because I saw that in 6 games against Jokic, he's hit 2 threes twice in the playoffs. Both of those times when he's made 2 threes, they came after games where he hit 1 3. And obviously he had 1 3 last game, so that was, I think I got that plus 595, I think it was. The main play I wanted to come in here and talk about that I didn't discuss yesterday was LeBron rebounds plus assists and LeBron assists. So I'm glad that you started talking about it. In 6 playoff games against the Nuggets with AD, LeBron is averaging 10.7 rebounds and 9 assists. He's double-digit rebounds in 4 of 6 and double-digit assists in 3 of 6. So I also played his triple-double at plus 900 the other day. I'm not sure what the odds are right now, but I took that yesterday morning. That's what I'm on there. I played a smaller play on Rui's points just because I think he's going to play 25-plus minutes. And then I also, you know, to quote Dream, right, a couple blunt money bets. I did bet Rui up to 20 at plus 850 this morning. I bet AD up to 35 at plus, I think it was plus 700. I put them together this morning at plus 10,000. And then I also played LeBron 10 assists, AD 2 threes, and Lakers to win. Obviously, if you want to do different combinations of any of those, I'd fully endorse them. Just as you always say, right? Don't go crazy. A few dollars here, a few dollars here on the long shots. So that's what I'm on.
Okay. Ben got the looks, man. He came in and talked about him yesterday. Appreciate you, Ben, and I hope you cash these, man. Let's keep going. Great White, you up next. Stephen, then Dream. What up, Great White? How you doing today, my brother?
Well, brother, it's the Lake Show day today.
I hope you're right, man. Let's get to it. What we doing? What we doing?
Yeah, so you guys have been speaking on this, so I'm not gonna, speak too much, but I agree with the LeBron over 5.5 assists tonight. That's one of my plays. He's gone over this number 4 in his last 5 games in the playoffs, including in the whole season. They've played Denver 4 times, including the last game. And in game 1, he's gone over 3 out of the 4 times. And we know that LeBron, he should be the main facilitator today, especially if it's a close game in the second half. That ball most likely will be in his hand maybe 70-80% of the game. Our next one is going to be AD. I got at over 24.5 points this morning. I saw 25.5 and 26.5 in some other spots. I like 25.5 also. Lakers need a big game from AD, pretty much, if they want to have a good chance of winning this game. And you spoke on it earlier. I agreed with you. Joker, he shouldn't be playing as tough defense on AD tonight. Obviously to avoid foul trouble because he's the main guy that gets the Denver offense going. We know that the Nuggets defense, their interior defense isn't that great either. I mean, if it's not Jokic, Aaron Gordon really is really going to have, success against AD in the post. I don't think so. So AD, he should have another good game tonight. And then my favorite play of the day, Lakers. I got this in the morning. I bought half a point, but I bought a full point. I wish I would have gotten it earlier, but Lakers plus 6.5. This is going to be my ladder play. I'm on day 4 right now. So looking to keep it going. Main reason, Lakers are 4-0 in the playoffs after 4-0 straight up after a loss. And we all know that the Lakers, they have a better defense than the Nuggets. And the Lakers, they showed that they could score on the Nuggets. I don't think the Nuggets are going to be as successful offensively today on the Lakers. So I think the Lakers can win outright tonight, but I went with the points, just to be safe. So those are my plays. Let's go Lake Show, and hopefully everybody cashes.
Yeah, I like it. I like to hear it, man. Something got to give here. Lakers undefeated after a loss, and Denver undefeated at home. So, and they undefeated in game 2s as well. So we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you, Great White. Hope you catch the looks, and I hope you enjoy the game tonight as well, my brother. Stephen, you up next, and then we coming to Dream, then Frag. What up, Stephen?
Hey, let's go Lakers, bro. Big night for the purple and gold, baby.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Recap yesterday, 3-0. Really good night, man. Loved, unfortunately, I'm part of this heat culture crap now, because I want my bank account to benefit. So
there you go. Hey, Stephen, I think I heard Jay say it first. He said, I'm a fan of the team that make me the most money.
That's facts. That's
that
facts.
is a
all
fact.
The great white, all the Heat fans, who I made friends with that last round, man. I appreciate all of y'all. So tonight, man, listen, I think it's all about these adjustments. So it's a lot about anticipating things. So I'm on 3 plays mainly. The two that I'm the most on is the system play that we kind of came up with game 1, which is 82 blocks and KCP 1 steal. That's plus 100 on DraftKings. KCP's obviously been very vocal about how motivated he is by the series. I want to say he has a steal in every game this postseason, and also he has a steal in 3 or 4 versus the Lakers during the regular season. And AD, I just think this is a game where I don't think he got punked. I thought he played very good defense, but like you mentioned, Denver was hitting some crazy shots. So now that he's going to be in like that rover role, I think 2 blocks, we could definitely get 2 blocks. I think we could get like a return to AD. A lesser play I have is I took half a unit and I split it up between his 3 blocks at plus 140 and his 4 blocks at 370 on FanDuel. I couldn't get to the 5 at 750. 750 is a nice number, but I just couldn't get there. And the other play I'm on is I'm grabbing Austin Reeves PRA at 23.5. I mean, he's just a guy I just admire. I think in a spot like this, like LeBron just wants to grab the guys who aren't afraid and who are going to play tough defense and make smart decisions and just drag them on the court with them. I look at his last 8. When he plays over 32 minutes, he's 7 for his last 8. I just like Reeves in this spot. You mentioned the threes ladder. I did also throw some money on the 3 and the 4 because it correlates with when he plays 30-plus minutes. His last 4 games, he has 3, 3, 4, and 5 3-pointers. So I'm definitely going to do what you mentioned with that Bron assist to the Reeves 3-pointers. And also, shout out to Ben. He hit it on the head. A sprinkle on the LeBron triple-double as well. Nothing too crazy, but Bron's been flirting with that triple-double, and I do think this is a game he can control his mind. So those are my 3 main plays. Oh, and if you want another lotto, I don't know if anyone's into hockey, but I'm doing Austin Reeves 4 threes and Brent Burns of the Carolina Hurricanes 6 shots. That's 34.62 if you want like a sprinkle on something fun. But I want to ask you on I really think Rui is going to start today because like if you look at DraftKings, they list him as like first basket now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and it just feels like he's kind of like the speculative, like okay, he's going to be in there. What do you think about his rebounds at 4.5 at 125? They got crushed on the glass last game, and they got to bounce back here. And if you look at when he plays 22-plus minutes, last game somehow he had no rebounds. Before that, he was 8 for 9, and 4.5 is plus 125. So I just want to get the resident Laker fans' take on it.
Yeah, no way I could take the under, Stephen. I'll tell you that. No way I could take the under.
I'm thinking about going for the over at 125. Like Bruins a tough guy.
He is.
Lakers have a lot of tough guys on this team. Like I like this team.
He is. The only thing that gives me the minimum pause for concern, Stephen. And like I said, I take the over. I'm not playing it at all. But with when you're the primary defender on the the other team's best player, and we don't know if let me preface by saying this: I don't think that Ham is going to leave anybody on Jokic like primarily for like the entire game, right? Like there's going to be you got to just kind of be able to switch it up and give other guys opportunities, keep guys fresh, that type of thing. So that should lead to Rui going over these 4.5 rebounds, and the Lakers should make it an effort. To make sure that they crash the glass tonight, man, because they didn't in the last game. And I think, you hear Bron in the post-game interview with AD say that, we just pretty much we didn't show up. And a part of not showing up is what I tweeted out, right? Like I said, they got killed on the glass. They got killed in fast break points, killed on second chance points. And they just didn't show up. So I would only be able to play it over, Stephen. Like I said, my only cause for concern or pause would be that he's guarding Jokic, and typically the guy that's guarding the other guy's best perimeter, player is typically the guy you want to stay away from their rebounds from. But 4.5 is such a generous number that if he has an impact tonight, Stephen, let's say he goes for 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds, that number is going to be 5.5 or 6.5 next game. So, I would get a buy low spot tonight if you absolutely love it, my brother.
I appreciate you. I'm going to stay away, but enough plays already, but appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's keep going. Let's go to Dream. And then Frag and then Great White, I see your hand up. I'm gonna come back to you as well. Dream, what's going on, man? Hey, y'all better follow Dream, man. What's up, Dream?
What's the vibes, my guy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. Quick wrap up. Gabe, I did not get to his assist yesterday. It's okay, still my guy. But yeah, kind of like what Cam was saying. I still ain't feel bad because he's got like 2 assists in the fourth quarter, like his last 2 or 3 games. So I wasn't tripping. But I did have his 15 points plus 500. I get that out. So I was like, hey man, just do one of the two. Get them assists or get them points. So on one there, but I gave out the Heat series spread. Then they won game from covering that, so that was big. And gave out Caleb 3 threes here, and that hit as well at plus 650. Didn't get to his points, rebounds, probably should have. But yeah, so it was a good night. Try and keep it up. When I'm on the day, a couple of these plays was already mentioned, I think. But my first play, I'm gonna run this back. LeBron 20 points, and LeBron to have 8 rebounds. I got it at minus 140. I'm not sure what it is now, but I played the minus 160. So Bron's had 20 points every playoff game but 1, and he's had 8 rebounds every playoff game but 2. So just like some of the other guys said, they think it's a good triple-double spot. I agree. So LeBron 20 points, 8 rebounds. Also played LeBron to have 20 points and 1 block. Same thing with the points, but the blocks, he's had a block in every game except for 2 in these playoffs, including the play-in. So I love it there. Plus 100.
Got Bruce Brown.
Yeah, he got Bruce Brown on the chase down. Yeah. I seen it the whole way. I'm like, you see the measuring it up? Like,
yes, sir. Look like Iguodala, didn't he?
Yeah, like don't do it. Yeah, you right, man. So I can't find his 3 blocks no more at FanDuel. So of course he's gonna have 3 blocks tonight. If you can find that, I will sprinkle that at plus 750. So that's 2 bronze. Next, AD over 3.5 stocks. I got it minus 125 at MGM. I think it's 140 everywhere else. Maybe 131 at Caesars. Just piggybacking off of what Cam said. AD's covered this line back-to-back games. He's gonna be roaming, so I think that actually gives him a better opportunity to get some steals. Maybe he picks off a couple Jokic lobs. Gets a fingertip on a couple of his bounce passes to Aaron Gordon cutting through the lane. So that's why I played the stocks. And obviously, the blocks are there. It's AD. And, I mean, I came in here and told y'all against Golden State, his 4.5 stocks was too high. And it was. It closed at 3.5. Right now, I just think they're too low. These will probably close at 4.5. So I'm going to hop on it before the juice get too heavy. In the last play, kind of like my man Stefan was saying, man, Austin Reeves over 19.5 points and assists. I got it minus 122 at FanDuel. Y'all can shop around. I didn't. I just seen the number and was like, oh, I'm playing this. So I was thirsty, but I should have shopped around. So basically, his last 4 games, his minutes have increased. He's played 34, 36, 39, and 42. His last 4 games, he's had 20 points in 3 out of 4 of those. And he's covered this line his last 4 games as well. He's had 31, 29, 20, and 25. So I just like to catch some trends early and ride the wave. Did it with Gabe assists, and I think we're going to have a nice opportunity with Austin Reeves right now. He's the Lakers' 3rd best player. That's just how I feel. He's got the trust of LeBron. LeBron gonna let him initiate the offense. I do see LeBron in the 4th quarter. Like, close game. I got it. But up until then, he's gonna conserve energy. And if the game close, he's gonna let Austin Reeves do him. And Austin Reeves is getting an all-star whistle, bro.
He is. He's shifty with it. He crafty with it, Dream.
Yeah, he's gonna get to that line, man. Get to that line. So
he went to James Harden flop school, bro. But we ain't gonna talk about that too much, because we Lakers fans. But keep going, my brother.
We're gonna let it go. But like low key, I think like after the All-Star break, he might have led the league in free throws. Don't quote me though. He might have. So yeah, I love the points and assists with Austin Reeves. Those are my 4 plays. Blunt money plays tonight. I went kind of crazy with him. I'm gonna post 2 long shots on my timeline. I already posted a couple. I'm gonna post 2 more. But just for the sake of time in here, let me see. Give me LeBron 8 assists, Jokic 16 rebounds, and AD to have 3 blocks. That's plus 1,500. I'll run that back real quick. LeBron 8 assists, Jokic 16 rebounds, and AD 3 blocks. And let's see what I want to get y'all.
I just put Jokic to score 40 plus 800. So the reason why I played the Jokic is if Rui Hachimura guarded Jokic, it don't matter who helping me. That's a bucket. So to me, I think the Lakers are doing that in an effort to just shut down the other guys around him. Because what I think killed the Lakers last game was Caldwell Pope having 21, Murray having 25, and then Bruce Brown having like 11 or 15. Like they was Michael Porter Jr. hitting threes. Like that's what really hurt them. So I think they're content with letting little old Rui guard Jokic, and Jokic is gone. That's food. And I think he's gonna get buckets. I think he's either gonna have 40 points or 14 assists. He's gonna go crazy. So the 14 assists plus 500 played that as well. So could have both. But that's what I'm on today, man. Just if you want all my blunt money bets and plays, just search YouTube and subscribe to my channel. And all my plays is on my timeline too. So I appreciate it, Chris.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I love that. LeBron 8 assists, Jokic 16 rebounds and 83 blocks, bro. That's kind of crazy. I was looking at something like that. I was saying, I'll probably just chill. But the one I was looking at earlier, I think was plus 5,500. It was Bron, 10 assists, AD 28 points, Austin Reeves 3 threes, and it might have just been those 3 things because that's just kind of how I saw the game going. I don't even think I had Jokic in it. It was just those 3 things: Bron 10 assists, Austin Reeves 3 threes.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, what else?
I think it was just those 3 things because I see AD continuing to kill tonight. Bron continued to dominate the game on the offensive end, so 10 assists for him. And then it was Austin Reeves just to hit 3 threes, which was like plus 250. I want to say when I looked at it, it's coming down all day. So if I had a blunt money bet, that would be it today. But I'm not going. I don't think I'm gonna do that. It do kind of make sense though. I do need to come up. You know what? I am gonna do it because if I do it, I'm probably gonna go to LA this weekend. I'm going to the game. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do that because I'll be at game 3. Yeah, if I hit that joint, I'm probably going to game 3. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Probably won't be a show on Saturday. I'm gonna be sitting lower level somewhere. And I put this on my mama. If that joint hits tonight, I will be at game 3. But let's keep going. I don't want to stop. Come back to Great White real quick, and then Frag, and then Damien as well. What up, Great White?
I just wanted to add this. I already told Steph that he could join. So this is my one and only time where I'm going to give an invitation to everybody on the show. This is your last chance to jump on the Heat bandwagon. Last chance. I don't want to hear nothing else anymore. The rest of the playoffs, this is your last chance. Quit doubting the Heat. Heat in 6. We winning this series in 6 games. I'll give the Celtics some credit. They might take 2, but Heat in 6.
Ah, my guy, Great White going out there. He said Heat in 6. Okay, he didn't seen enough. Okay. I do got some thoughts about that game for tomorrow. I didn't drop any official plays. I know my members probably looking for something, but that's just, man, it's just kind of hard to quantify how good the Heat are right now. That line opened back up at 9. I said, God, you got to be kidding me. But I do got some numbers to kind of support Boston tomorrow in the bounce back spot, but I didn't take it. I didn't take anything yet. Maybe if I have time, I'll talk about that game for tomorrow because I did start looking at it as soon as I saw the Heat were going to win. I started looking at the game for tomorrow, but no official bets for me. We'll get there though. Let me come to Frag and then hear from Damien as well. What's up, Frag?
Yo, what's going on, Chris?
How you doing, my brother?
Shit, man, can't call it, man. Derek White came through for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
One thing too, man. That boy Jaylen Brown, man. What I tell you, man. 6 turnovers, man. He was giving that thing up like candy yesterday. Man.
Yes,
I couldn't believe what I was watching, man.
Yeah.
I messed with JB, but man, he's been horrible as of late.
He should probably get with Steph in the offseason and do some him and Kyrie friends. He should get with Kyrie.
He need to get with somebody.
He was like that in the finals.
He was. That's what made me think about it, Jim.
Yeah,
that's what
I just made up. His handle was terrible.
It makes sense why he didn't want to reach out to Steph, last year in the offseason. I wouldn't have reached out to Steph either after he just beat me in the finals. But he could have called Kyrie or somebody. But keep going, Fred. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead, bro.
You're good, bro. It's always good to chop it up. But I have nothing locked in so far. But one guy I'm looking at, I think Aaron Gordon, man. I was watching the game, especially late in the game, man. When they was bringing the double with AD, Aaron Gordon just sitting in the corner, man. Either he got to slash the basket or he got to be ready to catch and shoot.
He will. He will, Fred. That's the guy. He's the guy tonight. Yeah. Him and KCP. Continue though.
Yeah, so I think Gordon 13.5 is a very good look. I'm probably going to get there. 15 is plus 130, and then the 20 if you want is like plus 500. But I'm also looking at the 2 threes as well at plus 380. Obviously, the one, for 1 3 is like minus 140. I think Aaron Gordon, especially what I see in the last game, at the end of the game, he has to be the guy because you can't just have AD just sitting in the dunker spot, just playing free safety and shit. That's not going to fly. So, and I trust Malone, man. He's not a bad coach. So I know he'll make an adjustment to make Aaron Gordon at least be more aggressive. If he makes them, he misses them, I don't know. But at least he'll be aggressive enough for these lines to, make sense. And I think Gordon is the guy because, the last couple, 5 minutes of the game, the Nuggets offense was terrible. It was just like Jokic was just dribbling, and then he would just pass it to KCP. I know he was hot, but them shots he was taking were not shots Malone is going to be, happy with. And, he was making a bunch in the early, but, at the end, it's clutch time. And, they weren't making shots, and Lakers made the push and made it a little interesting. I think they were down 3, and they were up 15 the whole, pretty much the whole game. So I think Gordon is the guy today. I don't know how I'm going to play him, but I think the 13.5 is a very solid look. He's a very scrappy guy, too. He could get offensive rebounds, putbacks, and ones and stuff. So, and then, Jokic is always down, just to pass to people. So I think Aaron Gordon is the guy.
Yeah. I think when I went back and looked at the game, Frag, I don't think he was shooting the ball with confidence, right? I talked about this in game 1. He shot 42%, I think 42.9% from the 3-point line in the last series, and he shot 38% in the first round against the Timberwolves as well. So the Lakers are going to dare him to shoot. I think he knows that, and I think he'll be ready to make them. And you just need one to go in early, right? Like we talked about with Schroeder.
That first one in the first quarter.
That first one, and then you get a little confident, especially playing at home. So it wouldn't really surprise me if Aaron Gordon hit 3 threes, because I think he's going to shoot a minimum of 3 today, and he's going to be the guy that if the Lakers lose and they lose to Aaron Gordon, I think you take that. It's a lot better than giving up 35, 5 and 5 to Jamal Murray, or 45 and 27 or whatever Jokic going to get. So I absolutely agree with that, Fred. Absolutely agree with that.
The 3 threes that he took last game, they're wide open. There's nobody in 5 feet of them.
One of them also, the first one he shot, Fred, also went in and out. Like it was on point. I actually just rewatched the game about 2 hours ago, and it was definitely on point. It just kind of rimmed out. Jokic still got the offensive rebound anyway, but yeah, just kind of rimmed out. Okay,
and then after, I just had a question, if that's cool.
Yeah, what's up?
With the starting lineup, I know we all thinking Rui is going to replace. We think Rui might start and he might replace. People are saying D'Lo, but I think he might replace Schroeder, because I think the spacing. If you take D'Lo out and you have Schroeder and Rui in the beginning of the game, I know late game is a different situation, but in the beginning of the game, I think the spacing is going to be absolutely trash. So I think they might start. I think they might put Schroeder back to the bench. Honest to God, I don't see why they wouldn't. I think the spacing in the beginning would just be really bad for them. What do you think about that?
I think Schroeder is a streaky shooter, the same way D'Lo is. Like, I don't know exactly what their numbers are, but D'Lo either gonna be super hot or he gonna be super cold. And last game he was super cold, and Schroeder was actually hotter than him. So, to me, I'd rather have Schroeder out there. But I think you got to give D'Lo a chance, right? Like, you got to give him a chance, because when he's playmaking, we see what he could do, like how he started one of those games against Golden State last game, right? Like he, hitting those 3 threes at the beginning of the game. He goes on these like little runs throughout the game, right? Whether it's at the beginning, whether it's in the middle, and then he go back to being cold, and then he just kind of, you're done with him at that point. He can just go sit on the bench. So I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like for it. I don't want to speculate on it too much. I think, like I said at the beginning of the show, I think Hammond's not gonna show his hand until he has to. I think the official lineups have to be released to the press 30 minutes before tip. Yeah. So I don't want to speculate on it too much, right? But I do think whoever starts,
the lineup change though, or no?
I do expect the lineup change. I think that I think Denver has a lot of size, and I talked about Jokic and Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. All those guys are not just 6'9", 6'10", but they got long wingspans, right? And you see, and nobody mentioned Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. crushed his rebound prop. He had 10 rebounds. I think his line was sitting at like 6.5 last game. And like he's making winning plays. You hear, if you listen to the post game interview, Mike Malone says that this dude really wants to win. He really, really wants to win. He's willing to take a diminished role on the team. He's willing to not finish the game. He came up to his coach and when they were in game 5, I think it was against Phoenix last round, and told him like, yo, if you need to finish the game with Bruce Brown, you can, coach. Like, it's not going to, make me feel it's not going to make me feel any type of way. So, he is also a guy that's going to rebound the ball. So I think with all of that, the Lakers got to have, a little bit more size out there too. And D'Lo literally like 5'1" out there. He can't jump. You know what I mean? It's not like he athletic. He gonna be able to make up for it. He don't know how to box out. So yeah, he food out there. So I don't like D'Lo out there, honestly, unless he is, hitting. I'm not saying that I want him sitting on the bench because I know how much of an offensive spark he can be. But if he's not, you give him a couple minutes, if he's not affecting the game on the offensive end, you kind of got to sit him down because you got to pull a plug. He a statue on defense. He a cone. He a chair, whatever you want to call him. He just, like I said, he had the worst plus minus on the floor. And I kind of, Denver, you could tell Denver's game plan is that he's barbecue chicken. If you see him in front of you, you run right through him like a bull that sees red. So
especially Bruce Brown. He was
Bruce Brown was trying to truck stick him. He was trying to run straight through him every single time. Yeah. He's too small to like all of the they don't have a guy his size that he can guard. He's just too small. So I'll get off the D'Lo rant because he killed me last game. So not killed me, but he killed the Lakers and
Well, appreciate you, man. Drop a follow on the YouTube. Chris always hosting these spaces, man. Even Dream always giving out good looks. So, all the speakers, appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate you as well, Frag. And if you get there with Aaron Gordon, is definitely the right look, whether you played or not. I like Aaron Gordon tonight. He's gonna have to be the guy. CJ, I don't know if you connected or not, but if you are, I wanted to give you a shot real quick to kind of air your thoughts. If you got a play, a question. Wanted to kick it to you. I don't know if you connected or not, but I did try to get you connected. It says you're a speaker, but I don't see a microphone underneath your name. So we'll come back to Dream. What up, Dream?
Damn, what you doing, bro? Pop up.
I know.
Stem up here, man. We couldn't get him yesterday, man.
I know. Stem kind of dipped out on us, man. Stem might be busy, man.
That's a busy man right
Yeah,
there.
Stem busy. Them blunt money bets that Stem be putting in.
Stimulus bets.
Yeah, them stimulus bets. Yeah, they don't come. You can't just look at them in 5 minutes. You gotta take some time, do your necessary due diligence with them guys. But yeah, everybody else kind of dropped off. Let's see. So yeah, that's literally what I got for you guys today, man. I think that's gonna be it. Vaughn, I did get Vaughn connected. What up, Vaughn?
Yo, what's good, bro? You hear me good?
Yeah, you good? What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Playoffs treat me right. Hit Miami yesterday plus 300 on the money line. Took them plus 8-2. Somebody said it a couple of weeks ago when they was like some shit called a ski line. Like you're going to take something at 4.5. You're going to take the team at plus like 4 or 5 or some shit like that. Then sprinkle on the money line. I did the same thing yesterday with Miami and college. Oh shit! Hey, you hear me good? I'm taking the sound one out.
Yeah, no, you good?
All right, bet. So I'm on a couple of things that you already mentioned. I'm on the under 226.5. Both of these teams shot, I think it was like 54% from the field and like 45% from three. I don't see both of these teams. I don't anticipate both of these teams shooting the ball that well again. So I'm on the under 226.5. I don't see Denver getting that many transition buckets as well. So I kind of like that one. I won the under. I took the Lakers in the first half at plus 3. Just anticipate them coming out a lot better with a much better effort than they did last game. Just talked about that as well with them just coming out kind of with a half-hearted effort. I think they play a lot harder tonight, so that's something that I'm on as well. Let's see. I play LeBron assists at 6.5. Also play his ladder up to 8.
So I like LeBron assist tonight. And then I play Aaron Gordon. I think it was Frag who just talked about it. Everybody's been talking about the switch with AD being on Aaron Gordon and Rui or LeBron or whoever being on Jokic. I don't know if that happens tonight. But I think I don't know if they start the game like that, but I do think at some point they get to that lineup. So with that lineup, I like Aaron Gordon to take a lot of these threes tonight. So I play Aaron Gordon threes. I play the ladder on Bet365. 2 threes is plus 300. 3 threes is plus 1225. So I played the 3. For him, and then I sprinkle Aaron Gordon 3 threes and AD 1 3 for plus 1100. That's my sprinkle for the night. I was on some drain play, which was the 20 points and 8 rebounds for LeBron. I played that last game. I wanted to get back to that this game, but I don't know. I think if Rui starts, that might fuck with like who guards who. So that's something I'll look at live. So outside of the few plays I mentioned, like I said, Lakers first half, 4-game under, and Aaron Gordon threes. I ain't playing nothing else until that's already 3 or 4 plays on one game. I'm not looking at anything else unless it's live, unless I can find a real edge or something like that. Because I think Mike Malone has an adjustment for when they go with that lineup with Rui on Jokic, and I'm anxious to see what that adjustment is. So I don't want to get too heavy on some of these guys, and their minutes could fluctuate.
Yeah, I like it. I think you make a valuable point. Valuable point. It gives them some film to watch for sure, Vaughn. So, if you think it's going to be easy for the Lakers tonight, I do not agree with that at all. So I love what you just said there. I should have mentioned that too, but I didn't at the beginning.
Oh, no. Yeah, you good. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of people that know a lot more basketball than me these last couple of days about how they've been breaking down these series. Like, I think if the Lakers start Rui on Jokic, you got AD on Aaron Gordon. Like, LeBron rebound chances with him on Michael Porter Jr., drops to shit because Michael Porter Jr. is only standing at the 3-point line. So it's just some plays that I like. I can't play until I see how these matchups are, who's guarding who, and shit like that.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
I'm surprised nobody mentioned Jamal Murray, but the way he was being hunted in the pick and roll, I think there's some foul opportunities. So, it's just some things that you kind of got to look at this game and take a real good look at. Because I also think Darvin Ham has some kind of adjustment ready, for when they counter with whatever they're going to do when they put Rui on Jokic. So I'm just looking to see what some of these adjustments will be and how it changes some of these people's minutes. Only thing I'm locking in for the Lakers is some with AD or LeBron because I know they'll be on the floor. Only thing I'm locking in for the Nuggets is Jokic or Aaron Gordon because I know those people will be on the floor. Some of these people, I don't know how their minutes will be, so I ain't taking no chances.
Okay.
So I'll have a few live bets. If I come up with anything live, I'll tweet it out. But just a big shout out to the Spaces, man. Is sharing information, and that shit help everybody.
Yeah,
so
that's a fact.
Everybody that come up here and share their plays or insight or information or whatever, because something you give out today, it might not cash today, but it could definitely help somebody, down the line. So I appreciate the Spaces, man, and I love what you're doing.
That's a fact, Vaughn. Appreciate that as well, man. Appreciate that for sure. Stem, I want to come to you, and best of luck tonight too, Vaughn. Appreciate you sharing the looks and the insight for sure. Stem, I want to come to you before we wrap up, and then I want to touch back on the under just a tad bit. Another trend that I forgot that I just wanted to share. Stem, what you got going on tonight, man? Talk to us. How you doing?
Hey, what's good, Chris? How are you?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Doing well. I appreciate you guys calling me up. I was just taking it all in from you guys. But yeah, so it's funny you guys were talking about sorry about that. Well, losing connection here. Funny you guys were talking about Aaron Gordon. That's somebody I love tonight. I think he's got great value, especially for 2 plus threes. I mean, if he sees one go in early, they're giving him opportunities. Obviously, they weren't falling last game, but I think if he hits one early, he could very well end up hitting 2. So I have that in the parlay. But starting off, LeBron assists. This is also in the parlay. I mean, he essentially controlled the end of the game for them. He had 54 passes made, which is what I love to see. Exponentially the most on the Lakers. 15 potentials alone too. So I have him for 8. So him for 12. So the parlay in itself is plus 2,800. It's Jokic for 12 assists, Bron for 8 assists, and Aaron Gordon for 2 threes.
I knew it was gonna be something spicy. I like it, Steph. What was the odds on that against him?
Plus 2,800.
Plus 2,800 for LeBron to get 8 assists, Jokic to get 12 assists, and Aaron Gordon to hit 2 threes. Man, that is nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I kind of see the game how you see the game tonight, Steph. So best of luck, man. I appreciate you sharing this look, and I hope you cash it. Anybody that tell responsibly. But yeah, I like the look a lot tonight. I love LeBron assists tonight as well. I think I mentioned that already, but yeah, I just love LeBron assists tonight for sure. We'll see how it goes though. Appreciate you, Stem.
Absolutely. The best part about Bron assists are even when you think it's over, the fourth quarter and they're low, that's when he takes over. So I mean, it's not dead until it's dead with him, you know.
Nah, it's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. So real quick, I talked about the 2 plays for me being the Lakers plus the 6 that I got immediately after game 1, and then I talked about taking the under 226.5 in this game as well, anticipating that their defenses will play a little bit better. I don't expect both of these teams to shoot the ball as good as they did in the last game. I expect the Lakers to not give up as many second chance points, not to give up as many fast break points, and both of these teams' defense to pick up just a tad bit based on the comments made by both of the coaches, based on the comments made by both of the players. Lakers, I don't think, want to go down 0-2. So I think they play a little bit better. They have been the better defensive team. Denver also plays really, really well. And I talked about the pace. Even though that game, it was like 500 points scored, the pace was only 95.1.7, which is an extremely slow-paced game. Slower than both paces, for both of these teams in their respective spots. The Nuggets don't play that fast at home. They just play efficiently. And the Lakers don't play that fast on the road. They typically just play, a little bit better defense. So really like the under. The trend that I wanted to share was so just last 5 years since 2018, you look at a series game 2 that is coming off of over. Those games are 22-9 to the under in game number 2. So 22-9 is 71% of those games have actually gone under the total. They're staying under by about almost 6 points, 5.7 points. And then if you also look at the home team that won that game, so if the home team won game 1 since 2018 and that game 1 went over, those teams are 13-5 to the under. So 73.2%, 72.2% of those games are staying under the total as well. All 3 of those games have stayed under the total this year. Sixers Nets, Kings Warriors, and Nuggets Suns. So hopefully we can cash on the under. Hopefully the Lakers can keep the game close. I would love for the Lakers to win the game tonight, of course. And if the blunt money bet hit, man, like I said, I probably won't do a show on Saturday because I've been contemplating buying tickets to go to LA to see game 3, man. I feel like I need to be in the arena on Saturday. So yeah, if I might not be a show on Saturday, if I might be booking a flight tonight after the game if the Lakers can what did I say the blunt money bet was? LeBron 8 threes. I'm sorry, not 8 threes. I'm sorry. Please don't put that in. LeBron, he's shooting 25%. LeBron 10 assists, Austin Reeves 3 threes, and Anthony Davis 28 points. I think should have been plus 50, close to 5,500, I want to say. So yeah, you can play with it, kind of change it up just a tad bit. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share as far as the side, the total, blunt money bet, all that good stuff. 2 official plays for me though are the Lakers plus the 6 in Denver and LA to go under 226.5 today. And I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes, 188 people still watching on YouTube, 396 still on Twitter as well. Appreciate you, Brian, for joining as well. I'm glad I forgot to shout you out. Brian Hetzer, I think is how you pronounce that. If I butchered it, my apologies, Brian. Appreciate you joining the membership over on YouTube. And let's see if we can keep cashing, man. The run has been amazing, but always on to the next one. Always trying to keep grinding. Going to look a little bit more into Heat versus Celtics tomorrow as well. Best of luck to everybody tonight, man. Be back tomorrow. Enjoy the games, everyone. And I'm out.